Hello everyone, welcome to today's topic of Class 8, the best Christmas present in the world, Part 2. As we know, in Part 1 we have already dealt with. Today we will see Part 2, which is talking about the letter which the author found in the tin box inside the desk. As we know, author purchased a desk in cheap rate, which was made up of oak. The letter which was found inside was written by Jim to his wife, sharing about his wonderful event in battlefield. He was an English officer and there was a German officer whose name was Hans Wolff. Here, Jim saw German soldiers waving their flag. Jim thought it was a trick of any planning. But later, Jim came to know that they are waving their white flag for peace. As we know, white is related to peace. Jim thought it was a trick, but it was not a trick. But they want to wish each other Merry Christmas. German approached the English soldiers and they introduced themselves. German soldier said that he was from Dusseldorf and he played cello in orchestra. He gave his name as Hans Wolff, whereas Jim, the English officer, to introduce him to German officer that he was a school teacher from Dorset. German officer says he knew Dorset but never been to England, but he knew English. His favorite writer was Thomas Hardy. Favorite book was Far from the Madding Crowd. It was from there he learnt all about Dorset. Now Jim shared with Hans Wolff the Christmas cake which his wife has sent. Now a man brought football to play and Hans Wolff says there should not be any war. It should be like a football match where no one would be hurt, and they both cheered up for the team. Same night after the match, the team exchanged songs like English soldier sang chorus, whereas the German soldier sang choral. This entire memories was inscribed in that letter which the author got inside that tin box. Jim always want peace and hope instead of war. No one should die and they can meet next time, which he shared in this letter to his wife. Now the author decided to give this letter to the real owner. The author set out to go to give the letter in that particular address. But when he reached there, the house was totally burned. And Mrs. Jim, we can say Jim's wife, Mrs. Cooney, was admitted in the hospital. Author went to the hospital and searched Mrs. Jim because he wanted to take this letter and give to the exact owner of this letter. Then he talked with a nurse. He came to know that Mrs. Jim was already 101 years. When the author met Mrs. Cooney, she was sitting in a wheelchair with bowed head. When the author called her Mrs. Cooney, she lifted her eyes and the author started to narrate the story. But she did not reply anything. Instead, she cried. She thought that the author as her husband, Mr. Jim, and kissed him. She said that she knew Mr. Jim will come back, and she narrated that this was the best gift of Christmas in the world, and it was not Jim, rather than it was author. My dear student, see how beautiful this story is. I want each and everyone to turn your pages and try to comprehend it by yourself. You will really enjoy it. If you have any doubt, please feel free to call me. Thank you.